Hi, hello, hi, welcome to week 18 of going to Disney every single day until the Super Smash Bros. Sora amiibo releases. This is a crossover week as I was on the Disney Magic and then went to the parks for several days. I forgot to mention last week that the Disney Dining Plan came back on January 9th, so be aware of that. Anyways, let's get started. Day 120, January 11th. I actually got footage from after midnight on the last full day of the cruise as I was trying to see if there was any Disney Band Plus functionality I had missed. I also owed my sister some photos, so I spent a lot of the downtime on Thursday trying to obtain those. As a last major hurrah for the cruise trivia, we took on the Disney Parks Level 2 trivia with the Disneyland cast members. While it was super rough, we did manage to squeeze by with a victory of 13 points. I honestly don't know how close anyone else got, but we were the only team that knew that Disney Springs is on the Sassagoula River. And that was the first question, so it seemed that a lot of teams were struggling worse than our 13 out of 20 points. We joined the Disneyland cast members for Marvel and Disney Sidekicks trivia, but Marvel didn't end well and Sidekicks ended in a loss during the tiebreaker. Afterwards, my wife and I decided to go watch Disney's Wish, the movie, not the ship, and the Buena Vista Theater. It may not be the best movie Disney has ever put out, but it was pretty solid overall. We had dinner at Lemires with the Disneyland cast members, and then had a very interesting exit where we got cheered for as we walked out to watch the Till We Meet Again farewell show. After a ton of disappointment and trying to track down functionality, it was really cool to find the Disney Band Plus was actually utilized a little bit for the full goodbye portion of the show. Day 121, January 12th. To start off last Friday, I woke up in my Disney Magic stateroom and tried to enjoy what little time I had left on the cruise. We packed our things and we went down to Deck 3 where we went to Lemires for breakfast. We said our goodbyes to the Disneyland duo and made our way out of the ship to spend the rest of the day trying to get back home. I do not want to fly for a really long time after that mess. Day 122, January 13th. I was absolutely exhausted from all the traveling, but I didn't actually end up sleeping since I needed to do last week's video. Afterwards, I joined my wife and our friend from out of state at Hollywood Studios to watch the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular, and then we went to Legends of Hollywood where they bought Pandora Charms. We then went over to Port Orleans Riverside for dinner at Boat Rights, which might be one of the only places on property where I can actually get proper sweet tea. Day 123, January 14th. We went over to Coronado Springs to pick up our friend since we were heading to Universal instead of the Disney park. It was awesome. I finally got a wand at Ollivander's, we got house robes, and we went on the major Harry Potter rides. Something nobody told us is that you can't wear the house robes in the main seats for the bike for Hagrid's, so that was lame. Then we hopped over to Disney's Hollywood Studios for a 3-park day ending with Fantasmic. I'm not sure how new the shirt is, but there was a relatively new tie-dye shirt for Fantasmic, and it's not a bad design. Good job, Disney. Day 124, January 15th. I got up and obtained Tron virtual queue spots for myself, my wife, and our friend. Spot 11 is not my best work, but I haven't done it since September, so I'm a little out of practice. Anyways, we went to Tron and I finally got the Magic Band Plus countdown for the ride, so I was happy. Then we rode on Little Mermaid since it was a walk-on, and I didn't want to have to go back to the front just to wait for the ferry, since Monorail still requires you to wait till the afternoon to use it to get back to the Ticket and Transportation Center. After work, I headed to Hollywood Studios to meet up with my group, and we went on Smuggler's Run. It's really nice to see Hondo working because his Beast Show is so lame. We hopped back over to Magic Kingdom for Happily Ever After, which we watched from Main Street, so I focused on the projections along the buildings because I'm short and could barely see the castle. To end off the night, we had dinner at Tony's, which I don't think I've ever been in. and then took Chelsea's friend back to Coronado Springs, which was getting incredibly foggy. Day 125, January 16th. To kick off the long day of work and errands, Chelsea and I went over to Coronado Springs Resort to see her friend off. After a week on the Disney magic, the more subtle Disney aesthetic at resorts, more in the style of Destino Tower, have grown on me. I still very much prefer my value resorts, but I can certainly understand why people might prefer this, especially with the view outside the window. But that's all we got to do on Tuesday since, again, errands and work. So much work. Day 126, January 17th. As a surprise, my brother ended up having to work on his day off, so I took him as an excuse to finally check out the 2024 Festival of the Arts. While I was looking through some of the merch, I actually did find the Play in the Parks Magic Band Plus, which was incorrectly marked as Sage instead of Slate, like all the other Magic Band Plus wood designs. Obviously, as obsessed with the bands as I am, I secured that price cut and then went to watch the new shows on Spaceship Earth. This year they've got a Figment show and a Muppet show for Festival of the Arts. I was absolutely freezing by the time I managed to secure all the Magic Band Plus and the Spaceship Earth footage for both shows, and of course my phone died, so I had to hop to Art of Animation to get my brother's charger from his car since he borrowed my usual one. After that, I hopped to Magic Kingdom, where I ended up buying the new Space Mountain pin that features the Disneyland and Disney World versions. I think it's a really cool pin, though I might have to be more picky if they continue the Bicontinental set. I really enjoyed this week, and also last week, since those kind of blended together because of the cruise. It's rare I get to meet people as truly ingrained in the Disney culture as Chelsea and I are, so I'm really glad we got some cast members as their table mates. And it was really fun having Chelsea's best friend in town. I've got a lot of park days planned for the next week as well, and hopefully I'll be able to get some videos up in the meantime. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you real soon. Bye!